that was a surprise. But I thought it was the marriage proposal that was the surprise. Yeah. So you guys can go ahead and line up at the microphone with any questions that you have, and I will start with a question for you, Melissa. I grew up watching Clarissa Explains It All, which was like an awesome show. How did you come to audition? Were you acting in other stuff? I don't know your history as a child actor so much, but tell us about that.
I've been acting since I was 4 years old, and I was doing a lot of commercials. I was doing a lot of theater. Actually, when I got Clarissa, I was doing a play with Joan Hart, Callista Flockhart, Lois Smith on like off-Broadway play. And I was auditioning, I just auditioned all the time. And one of the auditions was Clarissa, another one was Blossom, that I was doing at the same time. And they had me audition, I think, 3 times for Clarissa and 3 times for Blossom. And I didn't think they liked me actually for the part, even though they kept bringing me in. Once I met the producer, I was like, they're not going to hire me. They don't like me. He didn't like me. But he was pretty crazy about me, it turns out, so he hit it really well. So yeah, so I got the part of Clarissa, and it all kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, it did. How many, that was like 7, did you guys shoot in New York, first of all?
We shot in Orlando, Florida, at Universal Studios, had Nickelodeon Studios. I guess you could still go tour it down there. But I don't think they shoot anymore down there. But there were 2 sound stages that were brand new in the 90s, or I guess it was like 89 when we started there. And it was brand new, beautiful, state-of-the-art sound stages, and I was living in New York and having to travel down to Orlando 3 weeks every month, which is kind of what I do now almost. And Joey, I travel to LA 3 weeks every month. So.
Oh, that's cool. So, because you actually live somewhere else.
I live on the East Coast, yeah.
You have a normal life now.
Yeah, I didn't want to be crammed in with all those people in Hollywood, so.
I know, it is nice to spread out. I'm from Ohio. Every time I go home, I'm like, oh, I really see the appeal to living in the middle of the country.
Yeah, there's something nice about, I have 2 little boys now, my 3rd on the way, so trying to, find good public schools, find good public schools and that kind of thing for my kids. Just wanted them to grow up sort of the way I grew up, snowstorms and whatnot.
Do you know if this one's a boy or a girl, or?
I don't know, I don't want to know.
Did you find out with your first 2?
I did. The first one I put it off as long as I could, and then my husband just got the better of me. So we found out it was a boy at about 25 weeks. And the second one, the doctor sort of gave it away, so, so I didn't have a choice in that one. So this one I wanted a choice.
That's nice. Yeah, my first was a surprise, and it's one of the true surprises in life. Like, if you are truly shocked when they tell you boy or girl.
I figure it's gonna be a weird and confusing 40 weeks of trying to figure out what the sex is, and then I really want to go through the delivery, like not knowing. I think it will help.
Yeah. We can talk about that later. So after Clarissa, how long was your period between Clarissa and Sabrina?
We stopped Clarissa when I was about 17, right before I turned 18, and I went to 1 year of college at NYU, and then I went off to do the Showtime movie for Sabrina's Teenage Witch in Vancouver. We shot it, I guess I was 18, 19 maybe, and then right away the show got picked up, and we were in Hollywood living, my whole family and I had to pick up and move, and I was about 19, so it was only a few years between.
That's amazing. You've been working forever. Like, you just work.
I do. I love to work. I've been doing it since I was so little, and I got my work ethic from my parents. They're both hard workers. My dad's a fisherman, technically a fisherman. He's like a lobster wholesaler, so nice. And then my mom has always been busy with raising all 7 of her kids, and being our manager and taking us around, to auditions and whatnot. So it was a full-time career for her.
Wow, amazing. 7. Wow.
Yeah. Well, 8 total. My dad has another one now too. So.
Oh wow. Oh my gosh. Let's go to you.
Yeah.
Hi, Melissa. I just wanted to say I watched Sabrina's Teenage Witch when I was younger all the way through, and I thought it was fabulous. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Now, I know you did at least 2 Sabrina movies, the Rome one and the Down Under one.
Yeah, those are 2 that came after. We did the Showtime one first, before the show. The one with Ryan Reynolds, most people know it as. and then those two we did while we were doing the series as well.
Can you just tell me about what it was like filming those movies aside from the series?
Yeah, it was fantastic. They kept wanting me to do these movies, and on my summers off, I didn't want to play Sabrina anymore. So they figured out really crafty ways to get me to do it by saying, oh, you want to go to Italy? Well, we'll write one in Italy. Oh, you want to go to Australia? You want to learn how to scuba dive? Well, we'll get you certified and we'll send you down there. So they found these really crafty, amazing ways to do it. And they also let me bring my friends along. So some of the actors in the movies are my friends, or one of them is my ex-boyfriend. And you know, I got to bring my hair, makeup, and wardrobe people who were my best friends, and my kids' godparents, and the puppeteers that came with the cat producers. So we got a lot of the team got to go travel with us to Italy for a summer and Australia for a summer. So the Australia one was amazing. It was so incredible. We were on a little island called Hamilton Island. It's like a private island. There's one hotel. There's no cars allowed. There's wallabies everywhere. So I would like run every morning. I'd take a jog from the hotel to the beach where we were shooting, and I'd just take this little jog. They barely had to do makeup on me because I already had like a natural tan going on. I think I had my eyelashes tinted, so there was no mascara. It was like
It's amazing.
they were like, jump in the water, let's shoot. And I'm like, all right. It was really fun.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell us about Salem was the cat's name, right?
Yeah,
Tell us about the
Everybody wants to know about the
puppeteering.
damn cat. So there was what we called Stuffy. There were two stuffed cats, a sitting up one and a laying down one. And Stuffy was like our stand-in. That's what we rehearsed with, and that's what we just did all of our kind of rehearsal stuff with. But every time we had to like throw a cat in the air or something, you saw Stuffy flying around. But Stuffy was made to look exactly like the animatronic cat. There were two of them, the lay down one and the set up one. And then there's also like 15 live cats. One that was like a kitten that would like run and jump on things. One that would like to be held. One that liked to sit. One that liked to eat. And then backups for all of those. So I think there's only like one of the cats is still alive. The rest all passed away. So I think the cat that's still alive was the kitten that it's either named Salem or Warlock. No, Warlock passed. I think it's either Salem or, let's see, there was Witch, there was Warlock, there were so many of them. Keep them all straight.
Yeah, over all those seasons, I imagine. Yeah. Keep us like, did the one that played the kitten grow up and then play like the sleeper or the eater? Or...
No, we didn't. I think the kitten came in kind of
they got
late.
the axe.
The kitten came in kind of late, so I think that's why he's the only one still kind of kicking.
Okay, nice. Yes, you got a question?
Hi, first of all, thank you for being here, obviously. I think it's a good segue, actually, because I always thought it was kind of interesting the way you worked with Salem in so many of those scenes. I mean, what was it like for you, sort of actually acting out scenes, but then having someone else who was doing voice acting?
You know, in the beginning, the writer, Nick Bakay, who you follow on Twitter, he was there every day on set. He was one of our writers. And everyone just fell in love with his voice. I think he did it for the pilot, like just on the stage, just because people thought his voice was so interesting, and he ended up getting the job. But then towards the end, he went to write for King of Queens, so we didn't have him on the set anymore. And then we had our puppeteers doing the voice. And that was a little bit trickier when it wasn't the real person. Especially, we missed out on a lot of bloopers because we didn't have the real guy there to kind of fill in the funny, humorous moments that the real cat would like go over and eat the eggs on the set. And, you know, he'd be like, eggs, you know, and like he'd do these little things that were so funny that then we missed out on because the puppeteers didn't do it. But it was really interesting. I mean, there's always someone under the table, a woman named Maury, a small redhead, and she was running the bot. She'd always be under wherever I was. I could be like, "Morning, Maury." At the end of every scene, we'd say, "Power down, Maury," and the whole crew would yell it. She was under there controlling this huge rod, and she was doing the tail and the body. And then there were two guys off to the side that would do one of them did like the eyebrows and cheeks and ears, and one of them did like, I think one did the eyebrows and the eyes and ears, and one did the cheeks and lips. It was very complicated. So the whole thing, I mean, you got really used to it though, you know. During rehearsals you're talking to, you know, a stuffed animal, and it becomes like this real thing for you. And then by the time the actual cat gets in there, it's blinking and moving its mouth, and it was that was more fun. Doing it with the live cat was interesting too, though, because you know it's real, it's there, it's like you're talking to it. So.
Thanks very much.
Sure.